Hello, 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 hello. This is Belly Button Boy back at it again with another Minecraft video. Okay, not the smartest of ideas. I just wanted to have a quick little discussion about games that die. What causes a game to actually die? Is it the company, the publisher, the community, or the game itself? It's pretty much a case-by-case situation where each game is different, of course. For example, like the Telltale Games publisher, or whoever the fuck, Telltale Games shutting down. Unfortunately, they will not be coming out with any more games. I don't know if I'm the first person to tell you this. Everyone who's in the gaming scene should already know. Telltale Games, people of the Walking Dead series, Batman, Wolf Among Us, Guardians of the Galaxy Stone. They're not going to be making any more games. Even the Minecraft story mode, yeah, they did that too. Whatever. Unfortunately, all of them are out of jobs, but shit happened. Which is weird, because I could have swore that Telltale Games was, selling popularly, or maybe just because they actually just don't make actual games. They make stories or short novels. I'm willing to bet those aren't even games. I mean, I'm sure they're a fun experience. I was never into them. It's just, even the companies died, so I guess in correlation the games are dead. But I guess if the community's strong enough, they'll still play and stream those games, and maybe somebody one day will pick Telltale back up, like they did with Bayonetta. But until then, unlike Telltale though, unfortunately, again, rest in peace. You have those nostalgia games that you can still go back and play, like Borderlands, for example, RuneScape, Mario 64, Jak and Daxter. And yeah, sure, you might think some of those games aren't that old. Well, I feel like those games aren't old because you'll always find someone playing them on Twitch. And okay, sure, not to say that Twitch is the Wikipedia equivalent of information gathering, but it's still a pretty good way to tell what people are playing. Like with Mario 64, there's always people speed running on Twitch or playing hacked versions of the actual Mario 64 game. Like, there's tons of actual levels of Mario 64 other than the base game. Like, it's almost like Skyrim when it has so many extra mods and you can keep the story going forever. Like, there's tons of that stuff for Mario 64, and you'll always find someone on stream or on Twitch streaming Mario 64. And then you have situations like with Jak and Daxter. It's an occasional stream. You might see someone stream Jak and Daxter. You might catch it going, probably because recently I think PlayStation had like a sale for the trilogy. But regardless, every now and then you'll catch someone on Jak and Daxter. Even though it's old, it's dated, but you can still catch people maybe speedrunning it or maybe going back and having fun. You can always go back to that loot grind game or whatever. And what's another game what's another old game? Well, point being, even if a game is dead, it still doesn't necessarily die, I guess. I just had to sneeze. Sorry. I don't know if I cut that out or not. Okay, cool. Some games don't die, but a lot do. Yeah, sure. There's a game I used to play. The boys used to get on and play for hours. It used to be the GOAT. So why'd we stop? Why'd we stop playing the game? Well, I honestly, I'm not even sure, but I'm not even sure what caused us to stop playing. Maybe it was because the devs didn't want to actually, communicate with the community. Maybe it was because the game itself was never really that good, or maybe because it just wasn't worth the time. Literally everything aside from gameplay. Gameplay being as narrow-minded as possible, basically, just the combat in the game was shit. At its core, everything except for the combat was shit. And honestly, the combat is the best in its genre, but still needs some work. I mean, it's an action MMO game. It's similar to World of Warcraft, except I can control my character when I'm casting skills. When I try to cast an icicle wall, I don't stand still and root and have a casting animation for 14 minutes. It's literally an action MMO RPG. I don't know. It's a dated genre. Those games don't really come out anymore. But I still miss it. Like, imagine a game with tons of features, costumes, events, skins, the whole kit and caboodle, and the only actually interesting part is pressing maybe 5 to 8 keys on your number pad over and over, or maybe clicking the mouse once or twice. I mean, you gotta move the camera, right? And to be honest, that shit was the GOAT. Dragon Nest was the GOAT. Like, there was no other game to play. I mean, you might get on Minecraft. You might pull the boys on League of Legends. You might do a few League games. Oh, but it's time for that Dragon Nest grind. You grind up to that max level, and not just once, but several times over and over to get that end game loot, because it'd be virtually impossible to get it with just one character. Like with most MMOs, it's really just focused on end game content. That's how those types of games work. Grind up to end game. So you put all your focus on that in game content. But unfortunately, the cons just outweighed the pros too much. It wasn't worth human time. I do constantly have moments where I might check patch notes and see if anything has changed and mention it to the boys. It'd be like an ongoing joke. Like, hey, Dragon Nest came out with a whole new character. Now, you think they changed anything? Dead silence. And cue the uproar. Everyone would just be laughing out of the one person I'd be in a call with. Yeah. So actually, I've recently just tried to level a whole new character and see if it honestly fixed any of the major problems for the past 6 years. And to no surprise, the game is actually worse than what we left it as. So internally, I'm just beat 100%. But I'm still determined to at least level a character to max level and see if at least max level play is any different. And honestly, I don't even want to play that trash anymore. Nobody streams it. There's no YouTube videos on any of the content that's up to date that isn't in Korean. Like, the only videos that I would be able to find would be in Korean, and it would be just like just useless shit, like I don't even want to. I don't know. It's just so demoralizing, like having a game that you used to spend so much time on just fall. And I guess the whole reason this has come up for me is because recently, or I guess at this point not recently, but MapleStory 2 finally came out. And whoopity-doo, Dragon Nest used to be under the same publisher, Nexon, as well. And Dragon Nest had the audacity to blame the publisher for their game problems. But after what I've experienced, I'm willing to bet that's not the case. I'm sure Nexon probably did have something to do with the dead community over there. But that's a video in and on itself. It's just, I can't play that game anymore. Like, it's so draining. It's so draining. I honestly might just hop on something else for a while. And I'm doing night shifts from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Dude, just don't got the time to play these games that aren't worth it. Honestly, I just don't. Can't waste my time. Might have to queue up for some Overwatch or something, or Fortnite. Run the fade on Fortnite, boys. But anyway, I just wanted to rant a little bit. Fuck Dragon Nest. RIP Telltale. That's it. That's all I got to say. Boopity boppity boop. I'm out.